How to Get Away with Murder, Season 4, Episode 9. So, this picks off where the series ended for the mid-season finale. So, it starts off with Michaela and everybody there at the law office where not Oliver, where Simon shot himself and by accident. And so they're being questioned or whatever. And then it goes back to the hospital. No, it starts off at least at the hospital. And Laura being rushed in one room and the baby's being rushed in another room. So with all that going on, then it shows Frank coming in the hospital right after Connor called Annalise, telling her, some shit went down or whatever. So when Frank gets to the hospital, Annalise asking him what happened and it's his fault. She had the baby early, And I'm trying to figure out how is it Frank's fault. Anywho, another question I have is, how did all these people let Laura talk them into trying to ruin her daddy's business knowing his reputation? Like, that's the $1 million question. There's no way in hell I would have participated in that. So, all that happened. So then, to make a long story short, Laura's in the hospital. She had a baby early. And, the nurses and everything, they questioned Annalise, asking her, like, what kind of mood was she in? Did she do drugs? And, a lot of strange questions. So, they trying to figure out why they're asking all these questions because she doesn't do any of this stuff. And so come to find out, her dad is trying to take her baby, which she actually ended up doing. When Annalise look around, she see the back of his head. He's walking in the NICU, talking to the doctor or whatever. So they had Laura like isolated. So Annalise wanted to see her, and they was telling her that she's not a family member. So Frank told them that he was the baby's father. So that's how they got to see the baby in the NICU and everything. So after that, they went to see Laura. Laura had been, I guess she was out of it. They had her isolated. So when they go to talk to her, I think they let Frank talk to her. And he was explaining to her about the baby. She started spazzing out, so they sedated her. So then that happened, and she could hear bits and pieces of them talking to the doctors and everything. So then, okay, go back to Michaela. So Connor left Michaela a message about, they're at the hospital. Laura didn't make it home. She had the baby early, yada, yada, yada. So Michaela, she leaves the law office, and Tegan stops her and was like, okay, so how did he get my card when you don't have my purse? And I don't think she really thought that through because, that's... Tegan's card. You the only person that had her purse. And so how is it that Simon got a hold to it when you were the one that was in possession of it? And then she basically told her, you're not a good liar, and she got the answer for all that shit that happened because they used her card to steal information off the hard drives, and this man got shot, and all of it was done with her access. So then, she just turned around and walked off. Michaela was looking stupid, like, really? You think, how the fuck you think she not gonna know if that's her card that used it, access, and you were the one that had her card? So, she gets to the hospital, and Annalise had called Isaac, because she wanted him to use his, his psychiatry, certifications to try to get Laura off of the whatever isolation they had her on, saying that she was mentally unstable, but he wasn't registered at that hospital. So when Michaela was there, he saw her. At first he thought it was Annalise because Annalise had left and he didn't know where she was at. And so he talked to Michaela, was telling her about the baby, this, that, and the third. So then, Asher, his dumb ass was in jail, so they all had to go get statements. So basically, he told the truth about, the boy slipping on the little rolling chair and shooting himself. And he touched the gun because he knew his DNA was going to be on it. and everybody else followed through with the same story. So that's how he got out of jail. So when they and Laura finally came out of sedation, and she was talking to Annalise and Frank, and they was talking about the baby and how her dad had the baby. And then at some point, Annalise was like in the lobby, and she saw them, leaving with the baby. So the nurse told her the dad who had the baby transferred to another facility that was better. So when she leaves out, she see them transporting the baby. So she telling Laurel everything that's going on, and her daddy's hitman Dominic had called her right before everything went down and told her, "You think your dad don't know everything you doing? Just like he know you pregnant, he know everything that's going on." Instead of her calling everything off, she let everybody go through with it. So really, she still messed over everybody. Like, she's fucking dumb. So she tells Annalise, "Well, since he tried to warn me, let me call him and talk to him. Maybe he'll help us." So she calls his phone. Why ring in Frank's pocket? She looking at him like, no. Frank then went and took the man and tortured him and killed him. And he tells them that, I went through his phone and, emergency contacts and that and the third. And then I find this. It's a call on there from West saying that, it's emergency. This is Christoph, and it's the emergency. And then that's where we left. But I skipped over some of it. I just talked about the shit I want to talk about because I'm still stuck on. They really let Laura set them up for failure. I can't understand that part right there. But it was good. I can't do Scandal. I liked the first season, and after that, I don't know what the hell happened. And then, yeah, I can't do Scandal. But yeah, show was good, and I'm glad it's back because I ain't had nothing to watch. And tell me what you think. Tell me what the parts I didn't mention that you want to talk about. Let's talk about it. And if you like this video, subscribe to my channel. And yeah. And have a nice day.